Hi folks, Matt here. I'm going to do something a little bit different for you today and a bit more in the future as well. I've got loads of retro technology, old computers and things, most of which still works, and I'm going to do a series of videos on those. We had a Twitter discussion about noisy dot matrix printers the other day, so I'm going to introduce you to one of my dot matrix printers and show you a little look around it, and then we'll get some of those lovely noises recorded. So here we have the printer in question today. It's an Amstrad DMP2000. Now, when it was released in 1985, this was right at the lower end of the spectrum as far as cost was concerned, and it was very popular in the consumer market rather than in the office and industrial market because it was such a good price, undercutting many rivals, as you'll see from the sample I've inserted here. Undercutting its rivals quite a bit, so it was the most accessible. It was also styled to match the popular 8-bit Amstrad CPC computers at the time as well, although it's a general compatible printer with lots of other machines. So it's very simple. It's a manual feed for single sheet, or you've got tractor feed here as well if you've got tractor paper. If you want a video on that, I might do a separate one on how that all works. I've got some tractor feed and multi-part. But essentially you just manually feed your single sheets in to this printer, and it uses an impact head through a typewriter style ribbon to put the output onto the page. The input at the back is by a parallel Centronics port, so fairly universal, compatible with most home computers at the time and lots of early PCs and things like that as well. And today we're hooked up to a Windows 3.1 machine, which is a delight to use with Microsoft Word 2.0. So we'll do some outputs from that and see what it looks like. This particular one has a very old ribbon in it. Now, I am lucky enough to have a brand new ribbon. These are unobtainium, very difficult to get hold of. I've got a feeling this is actually no good inside here, although it is sealed, but we'll have a go with it later and see how it goes. But for now, I think what we'll do is we will just pull up a random document from Windows, do a print, and let's get some of those wonderful noises recorded. And there we have it. Whilst it's not a very soothing noise, for those that grew up with these, it's quite a memory to have that noise back again. Now, unfortunately, I was right. The ribbon is very worn. There is an output on there. You won't be able to see it on camera, but it's fairly fairly accurate. I think it's operationally the machine is working quite well. It just needs a new ribbon. So what we'll do is we'll go and dig out another new ribbon and replace that and give that a go. So here we have our new old stock ribbon. Goodness knows when this dates from. I'm guessing it's going to be late 80s, early 90s. Difficult to tell. So inside we have plastic wrapper with the two-part. It's a double-ended ribbon. This not a traditional cartridge that you might have seen in most dot matrix printers. So let's open this up and have a look. Oh, the elastic band is still intact, that holds it together. That's good news. So I'll have that away. And this should be quite crinkled in here. They're normally quite crinkled before you remove them. There we go. So there we have the two-part ribbon. Hopefully with some not too dried up ink on it, but we'll swap this out and have a go. And it's very easy to replace this. Simply open the box or remove the lid entirely. And this side you have two sections to just squeeze, and then it should, I say should, pop out. There we go. And on this side it's just a pull, and then you remove it from the retainer at the top and the print head underneath. It just slides out. And there we go. There's our worn old ribbon. We'll get this shiny, well, almost new looking. And we'll do exactly the same. We'll refit this in the same way. Over the roller there, onto the print head underneath. Now that's not a good sign. I'm not getting any ink on my fingers, which you would traditionally get. It's now held in. Let's just make sure that's under the print head. There we are. And we're ready to go. So let's fire this up and put another piece of paper in. The beep warning is just that means that the paper is out. I guess you could hear that from the other side of the office if you were doing lots of documents, but for now it's just, we'll just call it annoying. And let's go again. Let's print a different page this time. If you'd like me to do a rundown of the different Microsoft Word versions, for example, or something on Windows 3.1, let me know. More than happy to do that. And here we go again. So some of the lines it's actually printing like a graphical image rather than text. Plain text is a bit quicker. We'll do a plain text print in a moment as well. We'll change the operating system again for that. We'll do that one from DOS. Okay, so the computer is now in running DOS, MS-DOS 6.2 for those that want to know, and we're going to just output a standard text file to the printer so we can use its internal fonts rather than using graphical fonts through Windows. So slightly different noise, but nevertheless always familiar. So let's go. And there we have it. You probably can't pick that up on the camera, but that is actually very much improved on the output, but it's still very dull. So these ribbons obviously are very tired. So if you know anything about re-inking ribbons, let me know. And likewise, if you want any more printers evaluated on the channel, let me know. I've got a number of other dot matrix printers which I'll dig out and get working again, along with some other computers and things. So stay posted. I hope you enjoy the lovely noises from today, and I'll catch up with you all soon.